Hey guys, and welcome to another one of my #1 Sentai Gozyuger episode commentary and reviews. This time it's episode 40, Bursting with Fear. Ribbon laughs in the haunted house. And just a little aside, if you do enjoy what you see, please remember to like and subscribe, and maybe even drop me a comment telling me what you think. Just means a lot on a small channel like this. Now let's get into the episode. The episode opens with Samino storming into Taiga village, raging at Taiga Sword, as it had changed her appearance and voice for an undercover investigation, but now it's stuck that way, only to find a card saying Taiga Sword is on medical leave. Rikuo says everyone's used to it now, as Samino says she's starting to like her new beauty, and decides to stay that way as we go to credits. As Herrero sleepily enters Taiga village, he is left horrified by the spooky state of the cafe, as Ryuji and Kinjiro tell him they found it that way, as he's approached by an old woman and a cat boy, which turn out to be the landlady and her son, who are stuck looking that way. Ryuji gets a call from Rikuo saying it's the same all over town, and must be the work of the No.1, as Ryuji makes a reluctant Herrero help in the search. He manages to sniff out the No.1 at a haunted house, as the others arrive, as a puppet comes out of a well, welcoming the Gozyugers, before the No.1 World's Haunted House #1 slithers from the box underneath, proclaiming the haunted house to be their masterpiece, from which none have escaped. An excited Samino presents sticks to help them pair up, as she proclaims her love of haunted houses. Rikuo and Herrero enter as Herrero tries to hide his fear, before running away from the first thing he sees. The pairing of Ryuji and Samino are also spooked, with Ryuji flinching and Samino cheering. And with Kamade and Kinjiro, all's going well until Kinjiro gets old from hunger, and the spooks run from him, thinking he's a ghost. In the control room, the No.1 is practicing being scary, as Ribbon arrives complaining the house isn't scary at all, but she knows how to change that. Before we cut back to Rikuo, who encounters a scared and crying Bouquet. As they talk, she's scared by arms bursting through the wall, and ends up in his arms, as he calms her before offering to go through together. He admits he's been thinking about her since the festival, as she apologises for being busy with her sister recently, but he tells her as long as she's happy, he's happy. Before they're interrupted by screams from other people being chased by costume Britons, as the No.1 is heard saying the easiest scare is from being attacked. As Rikuo stands before the Britons, Bouquet quietly waves them away, before Rikuo gives her a plush to keep her safe, and telling her to wait as he goes to confront the No.1 and Ribbon, starting a #1 battle. Leaving Herrero to fight the Britons, Rikuo uses the other Gozyugers, with Samino and Ryuji giving a friendly scare and a toy Taiga sword to a family, and an older couple are scared off by Kinjiro in a costume, thinking he's a real ghost. As Samino asks Ryuji if he's an Oni, as he gives her a half answer, before Rikuo presents the finale with a song and dance number, as Bouquet watches, saying he is truly amazing. As we get winner Bakuya Rikuo, the No.1 and Britons decide to raise some hell, and the Gozyugers transform, taking the fight outside, as Ribbon turns up in an Aiza. Rikuo quickly calls on Taiga Sword as the pair fight, while on the ground, Goju Polar uses Finish Knuckle on the Britons, and Herrero powers up with the Aber Ranger ring, knocking the monster away, before it's hammered by Ryuji, shot by Kinjiro, and as it congratulates itself on landing an attack on them, Samino sneaks up behind and uses Finish Finger to finish it off. Seeing the giant battle, Bouquet warns Ribbon to be careful, distracting her, as she says she's getting sick of being a good girl, as Rikuo fires his gun at her. She retaliates with a Ribbon attack, causing widespread damage, causing Rikuo to retaliate with Leon Gatling Buster. And Ribbon's Aiza taking so much damage, the circle behind her is broken, preventing her escape, as the mech explodes. As Taiga Sword stands there, Fire Candler attacks from behind, as Bouquet finds Ribbon and pours herself into her little sister, trying to save her. As Ribbon finally understands she already had the most lovely thing, as she tells Bouquet it's okay, and she's sorry for being a bad sister, as she gives her the ribbon as her love mark, before dissolving to nothing. As Ribbon swears Blue Sword will pay, Fire Candler and Sword are still fighting, with the blue space being broken and Rikuo falling out. Bouquet raises her gun, taking aim, but as the dust clears, she sees Rikuo and drops her gun in shock. As Fire Candle calls out to her, and they both know who each other is. As her memories of Rikuo burn in her mind, and she cries out, the episode ends. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that Gozyuger is back. After all these last 3 episodes of rushed edits and all the rest of it, they've obviously had a bit of time to get the new actress in, and it's definitely improved. It's definitely, better again. We've got new opening credits. They've obviously refilmed the parts of that they need to do, which is also a bit of a blessing for the actor who does Kamade, because he now gets more time in the opening credits as well, instead of just being wedged in wherever. And of course, as I just said, new Samino. And it's all Sword's fault. So, yeah, apparently she got Sword to change her looks and voice, and now she's stuck that way. I mean, as excuses go for a recasting, I've heard worse. Or they could have just ignored it at all, but they didn't. They've acknowledged it. And there's a few Don Brothers references. When she does her whole thing, and then there for the unicorn, you hear Yo Unicorn, and it's the Don Brothers Yo. Later on, when she's a witch and Ryuji's costume is blue with horns and that club, and she goes, "Are you an Oni?" And he's like, "Well, you're..." And it's I went back and looked at Don Brothers, and the club is basically just a metal version of her yellow club, and just like her helmet, horns. There's horns on her helmet, there's horns in his blue afro. And again, as that scene ended, you heard a yo. So it's okay, yeah, another Don Brothers joke. Are we going to get 10 episodes of Don Brothers jokes now? Or are they going to leave it at that and be okay, we've made the references, we've made the jokes, let's just get on with her being Goju Unicorn now? Which I hope is what happens, because it could pull you out a little bit. The only other thing, and is Bouquet and Rikuo finally know the truth behind each other, who they really are. And boy, has that soured the attraction that the Bouquet has had. And I've actually gone back and checked. Episode 3, she went back, she saw him perform, and became obsessed with him. Episode 3. So for her to now be okay, I'm going to destroy you. Or at the very least, you see her remembering things and it all just sort of burning effect. Yeah, that she's obviously burning her memories away of him, and she's going to go mental at him. Which you've seen before when people have done stuff to his pictures. So the fact that he's just killed her sister, and I always wondered if that circle was damaged, would they still be able to escape? No, you need a proper circle for them to actually get out. So yeah, but all of a sudden, Fire Candle seems competent in Fire Candler, because he's literally... And also, what does it mean for Sword Blue? The head, or the giant ring, has been broken, that Rikuo was able to fall out once Sword was down. Is that going to affect Lord Sword? Just something I thought of, It's... Or is it just going to affect Sword Blue, or is it just going to be one of those things well, there was damage, but, it's all fine now. Next episode or whatever, or next time Sword Blue has been used. Which has been a long time. It's been a while since we last saw Sword Blue. But anyway, this has been episode 40. Those are my thoughts on it. and welcome the new Samino. And yeah, let's hope the series keeps being good again, because those last 3 episodes were pretty hard to watch. Like I say, all credit to the guys involved, all the people doing the editing and everything else. I'm sure they have had a nightmare of a month, and it's probably carrying on because they're having to do all the reshoots for the new actress. They're doing the best they can. Okay, so the episodes weren't as good. And like I say, last week's was just major clippage of a clip show. But overall, this show is good. And if this is the end of Sentai, as we know it anyway, I'd like it to go out on a high. So come on, Gozyuger. And I'll see you guys next time.